say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Not the only one. Hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
You're loving this,
God, we love you too.
Man, I'm gonna go.
Bye, John.
Good evening, parents, honored guests, and graduates. My name is Rob Metz, and I am the superintendent of the St. Louis Park School District. When I began working in St. Louis Park 19 years ago, I was an elementary principal. A few years later, I became the high school principal. Now, I was kind of a quiet guy and not a very big guy. And quite a few people told me that they thought I was crazy to move to the high school. They thought that the big high school students would run all over me. When I got to the high school, I saw some of my old elementary students. And sure enough, they were pretty big. But when I looked in their eyes, I could still see their little kindergarten faces. And even more importantly, I could tell that they still had their kindergarten hearts. And I had the privilege of meeting many more students that I had never met before, and I was just as impressed by them and honored to be their principal. Another benefit of being an elementary principal was that I was able to see many young families drop their children off at kindergarten for the first time. I can tell you that when your family dropped you off, they were very proud of you. They knew that you were going to meet many people that you had never met before and learn so many things that you never knew before and go to so many places that you had never gone to before. You were going to have so much fun and work and learn so many new things and go to so many places. And now, in just a few minutes, you will receive your diploma and officially graduate from St. Louis Park High School and join the thousands of Park alumni who live and work all over the world. In the coming years, you are going to meet many people that you have never met before and learn so many things that you never knew before and go to so many places that you've never gone to before. You're going to have so much fun, and you'll have to work through some struggles too. And your families and teachers are so proud of you. They have been supporting you and cheering you for all these years, and they will continue to do that for the rest of their lives. I'm excited for you. Thank you for all you have done to make St. Louis Park such a wonderful place to be. And congratulations on your graduation this evening.
Hello, my name is Dania El Gandour. I am a 2017 graduating senior. I will be attending St. Catherine University in the fall of 2017 to pursue a bachelor's degree in sonography. Because of my interest in the medical field, I am delighted to introduce this year's distinguished alumni, Dr. Patricia Gordon. Dr. Gordon attended St. Louis Park High School and graduated in 1974. She went on to attend Harvard University and later went on to study medicine at UCLA. Dr. Gordon practiced as a radiation oncologist for 25 years. After her retirement from clinical practice, she founded Cure Cervical Cancer. Cure Cervical Cancer trains healthcare professionals to screen and treat women for pre-cervical cancer. This organization established 25 clinics around the world in countries where there is the greatest need. This is why Dr. Gordon has been selected to receive the Distinguished Alumni Award tonight and speak to the class of 2017. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Dr. Patricia Gordon.
Congratulations. Oh, I need my earplugs. Earplugs? There you go.
Put those in and I'll plug it
Thank
in.
you, because I'm going to just kill myself if I have to listen to that voice. Okay. Is this how it goes? Somebody want to help me a little bit?
Should just slide
There we
in
go.
there somehow.
Congratulations, class of 2017. Thank you, Dania. When I was a graduating senior at St. Louis Park High School, the thought of getting such a prestigious honor, the Distinguished Alumni Award, was inconceivable and inconsistent with my teenage goals. My motivation at your age was to obtain financial security. I learned the hard way that money will not buy me happiness. Yet, I stand here both humble and grateful. How the heck did I get here on this stage? Looking back, I am better able to appreciate the foundational skills I got here, right here at St. Louis Park High School. What I learned, as Dania said, is I was able to go on to Harvard, UCLA Medical School, and have a 25-year career as an oncologist. Yes, it makes for a terrific LinkedIn profile, but it did not fill my soul. My experience here provided me with the basis for transforming my career towards the direction that has truly made me happy and did fulfill my soul. My professional life has never been more rewarding than it is today. 6 years ago, I did something I thought I would never do. I hung up my traditional white coat, and with my medical degree in hand, I ventured to make an impact on women around the world who need medical care the most. Cervical cancer is the leading cause of death in countries where Pap smears are nearly non-existent. We have a global epidemic. Women are giving birth in their homes and have likely never seen a doctor. As a result, 500,000 women die annually of cervical cancer. To put that in perspective, 3 jumbo jets a day of women die needlessly and unnecessarily from a 100% preventable disease. 90% of these women live in resource-poor countries, and they live in extreme poverty. It was for these vulnerable women that I decided to act. I maintained fervently, I cannot see the world and remain indifferent to it. A technique known as see and treat is the gold standard in resource-poor countries for the detection and treatment of cervical cancer. It takes less than 15 minutes. Using only vinegar and a simple freezing procedure, it has nearly a 100% success rate. With this knowledge and no experience in global health, no experience in third world medicine, I took the procedure to some of the most resource-poor areas of the world. My first stops were Senegal, the northern region of Ethiopia with my cousin David, who's here today, and to the Kibera slum in Nairobi. Since those 3 fateful trips, my team and I have industrialized this procedure. My organization, Cure Cervical Cancer, and I have established 67 sustainable, ongoing clinics all over the world. They are dedicated to the prevention and treatment of cervical cancer. You guys, these clinics are in 8 countries, and they start in Kenya, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Nigeria, taking us to Senegal, down to Haiti, Guatemala, the northern regions of Vietnam, very, very northern part of Vietnam, where sex trafficking is wildly pervasive, and hence HPV is on the go, and cervical cancer is of its highest counts, and into rural China as well. We have trained and certified over 500 nurses and doctors, ensuring that they are able to provide this service long after we've left the region. We have documented that we have screened and treated upwards of 75,000 women all over the world. Thank you, thank you. It has certainly been a journey, altering not just the lives of these 75,000 women, but personally and selfishly changing my life and fulfilling my soul as well. Establishing this organization is my proudest professional achievement. And I thank the St. Louis Park educational system for setting me on this far-reaching global path. You guys, never limit yourselves. Do something, do anything that speaks to your soul, that fulfills your soul. I believe that will make you undeniably happy in your own skin. You can make a difference. Please see the world, discover the world, and most importantly, don't remain indifferent to it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Good evening, and welcome distinguished guests, school board, faculty, parents, family members, friends, neighbors, and most importantly, graduates. My name is Megan Ani, class president of the class of 2017, and it is a great honor to be standing here in front of you tonight as we all prepare to take the next steps of our lives. Tonight, we'll look back at what and who has brought all of us to where we are, sitting in these seats, nervous, excited, sad, and giddy. Every emotion that we didn't expect to feel tonight. But we're all here together one last time, so let's make it count. I have served as your class president this past year, the job I've been wanting and dreaming of since freshman year. But dreams aren't always as easy as you think they'll be. Being a leader is hard. Being a leader of a grade with 300 different opinions is even harder. I've listened, I've worked hard, I've tried my absolute best. And I'm not gonna lie, there were many nights where I thought, I just can't do it. And I know many of you can relate to that feeling. But I would come to school the next day, and I was supported by a staff that I knew truly believed in me, students who cared about me, and I was surrounded by a community that wanted me to succeed, and I knew I could do it. Because as Michelle Obama has said, when they go low, you go high. Also, my parents reminded me that even the most popular political leaders only have a 60% approval rating. Now, we don't have any class president approval polls being conducted at St. Louis Park High School, and that I am thankful for after reading some of the comments on the senior Facebook group. This speech has been quite the beast to write. How do I compress 4 years of high school into 5 minutes? My 4 years could, and probably are, very different from all of you. But this speech isn't about my story. It's about how you can take pride in Park well after you are gone. I started my freshman year eager and excited for high school. I was beyond ready for the independence and getting to meet new people. I chose the regular block instead of honors where most of my friends were going. That was the first choice I made in high school, and looking back, it was a good one. I had an amazing block filled with kids I could laugh with and learn around. It opened my eyes to all sides of Park, beyond just the kids whose birthday parties I'd gone to all my life. The diversity at Park has given us all a more well-rounded, worldly view. We have clubs that celebrate our nationalities in a diverse range, and almost half of our student population is people of color. We have discussions that aren't always easy to have, but the world isn't easy. You've had the experience where you can go out and teach others what you've learned and open their eyes to a world outside of your own. And you don't find that in every school, and that's something to take pride in at Park. We have a great support system of teachers here at Park. They truly care about us here. Even the smallest things can make you feel like you belong. There's Mr. Miller asking me where I'm going to college every time I see him. Mr. Opara repeatedly telling us he got a 23 on the ACT. Ms. Norris truly taking an interest in every student's life. Mr. Dangerfield, I hope you know, it's all our faults for the bad grades. Mr. Schmidt saying good morning every single morning. Miss Corse telling you all the school gossip, even if it was gossip from the 1990s. And Mr. Metz for giving us some much-needed snow days. Well, technically cold days. We have amazing teachers here at Park, and I will always be grateful that I got an education in such an open, progressive, understanding, and kind community, something else you can take pride in at Park. At Park, you can also take pride in our athletics. Maybe not all their success and glory, but the memories you made beating Benilde, all the team pasta parties, and the laughs you shared. You can also take pride in our arts. We have 3 outstanding music programs that get to make beauty in our school every single day. A theater program that puts on 3 marvelous shows each year. So much work and effort goes into all these things, and I want you all to know that you are a part of something great here at Park, no matter what you did. Take pride in what you accomplished here, whether it be starting a club to discuss feminism, bringing climate change to the attention of City Council, working to make sure all LGBTQ students feel included at Park with all gender bathrooms, making sure we have fair, open discussions about race, writing honest articles in the Echo, making sure the memories last in the yearbook, and leaving your legacy here for years to come. I'd like to end with a thought that I had this morning while on my way to school. As I walked up, I paused and I thought, this is my last time walking into my school. But the truth is, this will always be our school. This will always be our high school. We will always be graduates of St. Louis Park High School. Take pride in what you've done here. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2017. We did it.
Good evening. My name is Sam Orloff, and it is an honor to be speaking to you tonight. I don't know very much about architecture. However, what I do know is that our high school is a confusing building. Everyone has had that prototypical freshman experience wandering into the wrong classroom or just feeling totally confused about the difference between the field house and the old gym. One can but imagine the horror of being a parent on back-to-school night. To put this into context, let me cite the St. Louis Park Historical Society's website. Construction of the circle right over there, initially called the silo, began in July 1961, starting Park students on a dizzying odyssey around the hallways. Even though we may have been a little disoriented at first, we all learned the lay of the land. I would argue that's an accomplishment on par with this evening. My point is that this building has become a part of our routine. The number of hours any one of us has spent just down the street is truly astounding. It is impossible to quantify just how valuable that time spent was, be it on academics, athletics, extracurriculars, or just being there. Still, the last bell of our high school career has rung. Moving on to the future is a mental shift. But leaving the confines of the high school building is a physical shift. The once confusing has become the comfortable. The once maze-like halls have become a home. We all found places of comfort. Maybe it was a classroom of a teacher, or maybe it was a specific hallway. Freshman year, I found the Hebrew classroom, and later I would go on to find Echo's Pub. But the key is this. When my parents dropped me off on the first day of freshman year, they told me that someday I'd miss this place. The place, not just high school, the place. I thought that was a ludicrous, frankly absurd notion. There was no way. And yet here we are 4 years later, and they were right. You may not miss high school. You may not miss living your day out by the whims of an 8:20 or 8:40 schedule, but I'm pretty sure that you will miss knowing your way around. Freshman year, I kept a map of the school folded away in my backpack. There's no map to life, but I firmly believe if we stay focused, even if we get a little lost, we will each find our way. Plus, there's no sea hallways to navigate in the real world. We have conquered this building, And regardless of how apprehensive we are about the future, it too can be conquered. Congratulations, my friends and pals.
Hello, my name is Matthew Meyer. On behalf of the class of 2017, we'd like to thank our families, friends, community members, and St. Louis Park High School staff, coaches, and teachers for their support and guidance through the years. To the class of 2017, the famous baseball legend Jackie Robinson said, "Life is not a spectator sport. If you're going to spend your whole life in the grandstand, just watching what goes on, in my opinion, you're wasting your life." My hope is that all of you can find an engaging, balanced, and rewarding future. Thank you, and good luck to the class of 2017.
Good evening. I'm Aaron Councilman. It's tough to be a change maker when you're not a rule breaker. And I assure you, I am not a rule breaker. In fact, I have always been the type to cringe at the mere thought of transgressing or the inevitable confrontation with authority that would ensue. But that doesn't mean I lack the potential to change the world. Every one of you, whether you were born to defy or born to comply, can be a trailblazer. It just takes a bit of creativity. Do something so outrageous that there is no rule against it. My memories of high school won't be of the hours of sitting at a desk following the rules. My memories of high school will be the moments of defiance. The time I gave a presentation for my AP European History class from the perspective of a televangelist. The time my friend and I produced a fake episode of the radio show This American Life, hosted by the real host, Ira Glass, as part of a practical joke. The times I defied gravity itself as I flew across the stage at dance recitals. I cannot be just defined by when I follow, for I can reach new heights when I defy. Taking the chance, defying the norm, the worst that can happen is that I plummet back down, but then I have a story to tell. Change does not come from the ways of our ancestors. It comes from something much stronger. It comes from the need to be what we are, the desire not to cower behind a mask of who others think we are. It will not be easy. Things that matter so rarely are. A simple act of defiance is often far harder than towing the line. In 10th grade, we had a project, an act for Midsummer Night's Dream, and we settled for nothing less than a complex production complete with sound and lighting systems. We spent extra hours at lunch and at home to make every detail the best that we could. It's hard to be creative, to go so far that there are no rules to break, but the results are worth the price. Just the achievement of having made something new is itself a feeling worth working for. Spending the effort just to know that you have done something few others have done, or something you never thought you would do, is a rewarding experience in and of itself. It will often seem that nobody else sees the wonders that you have conceived, but even the littlest things can change the world. Trailblazing is hard. It takes a determination and creativity to change what you can and to work beyond what you cannot change. Everyone has the ability to trailblaze, to go beyond what others expect. It's our turn to change the world, and we need everyone to help. Good luck.
Hi, my name is Jesse Schwartz. When I came to St. Louis Park as a freshman from the safe and secure stronghold of the Jewish Day School, I was scared of almost everything and everyone. New people, new teachers, and a lot of numbers to memorize. Then, there was that one time freshman year I thought someone was trying to sell me a questionable substance. I was relaxing and talking to my friend Alana by the stairwell when a senior in a trench coat, I kid you not, an actual trench coat, cautiously inched our way. As he slowly approached us, I began a slow burn freak out, because in my mind, the only thing that could come of this was a trip to the principal's office, or worse. which started to seem like more and more of a possibility when he started to speak to us. "Hey," he said, do you want to buy?" Yup, here it came. Then he threw a curveball at us when he finished his statement. "Do you want to buy a Snickers?" he said. He then proceeded to pull out a Snickers the size of his forearm. It was the biggest Snickers bar I've ever seen. Despite my naive freshman fears, the Snickers in this situation would go on to represent new opportunities and new chances coming our way. Every single one of you in the class of 2017 has had one of these Snickers moments, a moment where something you thought to be scary turned out to be sweet. And we'll have many more of them over the next 4 years and throughout the rest of your lives. As we all head off in our own directions, we will once again revert to those scared freshmen sitting in the stairwell, wondering what our new worlds will be pitching at us. Whether it be college, volunteering in Fiji, or finding a job, it is up to you if you want to try new things and put yourself out there, or if you want to be terrified of everything and everyone, even just a senior selling you a candy bar. Whether it be trying new sports or club, or walking into class on the first day of school, not seeing a single friendly face, in the end, it is up to us to reach out and grab the giant Snickers being offered to us, shred the wrapper, and take a huge bite. So, class of 2017, do you want to buy a Snickers?
Well done, Yeshka. Thank you. Got this.
Hi, my name is Jane Stevenson. On November 8, 2016, the United States elected a new president. Now, my fellow students, this country's current political maelstrom is shining a bright light on our need to become engaged in what will become the world we inherit. I have spent my high school experience dedicated to climate change activism, and I think a lot about something a city council member told us when Roots and Shoots, the environmental club at Park, spoke in support of climate action in the city. He told us, as youth, we may not recognize the power we have. Right now, we live under an administration that I believe takes us back in time in a lot of different ways and functions as a climate change Luddite. But these actions only strengthen my passion for a sustainable Earth. And I believe in a broad definition of sustainability. I refuse to accept the irrational view that the world cannot prosper sustainably. And that means sustainable both in our relationship with the natural world and with each other as human beings. The world cannot continue to be fueled by hate, inequality, racial and gender division and injustice, and discord with Mother Nature. When I look into the crowd, I love that we are such a diverse class in terms of race, religion, and background. And less than a century ago, schools were segregated, and many of us would have never met, laughed, or even cried together. But people demanded equality, and here we are together. Many of us will be attending coeducational universities, something that wasn't always an option for women. And again, equality prevailed. My point is that we can and must progress. We cannot accept the easy way because it is traditional. Clearly, many things in history that people thought could never change have been altered drastically for the better. Social movements and activism drive change. People must value the integrity of science, fact-based knowledge, and the truth. This being said, we all share a responsibility to enter the next stage of our life as part of the resistance. The resistance to disunity, the resistance to alternative facts, the resistance to the destructive tendencies hemming our country. And St. Louis Park Public Schools, I leave you with a challenge. As an educational institution, you are responsible for promoting a healthy and sustainable future for students. The district must make climate action a priority and become a leading example for our world. When I imagine the future of St. Louis Park, I hope to see a school system that took responsibility for its actions by integrating sustainability into our community. Thank you very much, and congratulations, class of 2017.
thank you for the wonderful job, valedictorians. Parents, families, guests, and graduates, thank you for joining us for our commencement activities tonight. The class of 2017 is a class that will leave a lasting impact on our high school for years to come. As I look out onto this class, I see smiling faces I greeted in the hallways, students I shed tears with during the trying times of their journeys, but most of all, I see faces that give me hope for the future. I'd like to share a quote from an American scholar and author, Brené Brown, that's fitting for our graduating class. Integrity is choosing courage over comfort, choosing what is right over what is fun, fast, and easy, and choosing to practice our values rather than simply professing them. In addition to the hope I see in these faces, I see integrity in this senior class. I feel very fortunate to lead in a school that places a high value on seeking our similarities as human beings, as well as celebrating things that make us different. As we continue to encounter the confusion and uncertainty of a rapidly changing world, St. Louis Park High School will continue to be a place that welcomes all students and families, regardless of their journey. St. Louis Park proudly welcomes students from all backgrounds, religions, immigrant status, ethnicity, and race. We believe that our amazing diversity is what makes St. Louis Park uniquely strong and proud. I encourage each one of you graduating seniors to live the district mission of St. Louis Park Schools by considering your role in creating a safe, caring, and supporting community in the places you will be starting the next phase of your life. We as a school will continue to nurture and embrace the future that exists amongst us each day. The gifts and opportunities that come to our building each year come in the form of students that are a direct reflection of the future of our city, state, and country. My greatest hope for the class of 2017 is that you utilize kindness, integrity, and courage on your future endeavors. St. Louis Park Board Chair Jim Yarosh. I now present the students of the senior class. The seniors assembled here this evening have completed all the requirements established by the St. Louis Park School Board, the State Board of Education, and the North Central Association of Secondary Schools. I recommend that these students be awarded diplomas this evening. It is with great pride and confidence that I present the class of 2017.
You can be seated. Thank you, Mr. Myers. I am honored to accept this impressive class on behalf of the St. Louis Park Board of Education. And I want to thank you for your terrific work as the high school principal this year. I would also like to recognize our superintendent, Rob Metz, who will retire at the end of June for his 19 years of tremendous service to the St. Louis Park Schools. A long, long time ago, in what seems like a galaxy far, far away, I was sitting in your seats as a soon-to-be graduate of St. Louis Park High School. Back then, however, we were on a grass field and facing the other way. Some things have not changed much since then. Our facilities, for one, but we were working on that, and with the help of the community, this will change very soon. But we will leave that discussion for another day. Another thing that has not changed is the support given by this community. Our illustrious alum and previous Distinguished Alumni Award winner, Thomas Friedman, recently wrote in his new book entitled, "Thank You for Being Late, An Optimist's Guide to Thriving in the Age of Accelerations," that his value set and his affinity for a politics that embraces inclusion and pluralism was instilled in him by the community where he grew up, St. Louis Park. In researching his book, Friedman came back home to determine if St. Louis Park is still working. His answer was a definitive yes, and he concluded that it is healthy communities like St. Louis Park that provide the necessary anchor to propel its citizens to venture far, not just in distance, but also in terms of their willingness to experiment, take risks, and reach out to others. He stated that he found a lot of people in St. Louis Park still eager to apply hope, eager to innovate at the community level, to fortify their eye in the age of accelerations without knowing how the story will end. We are a diverse community, much more so than when Friedman lived here, and yet as a community, we continue to try to address issues such as racial equity and gender identity openly, courageously, and honestly. It is not always easy, but we should take pride that we engage in the discussion and are ahead of many other communities in this regard. We had some hiccups this year, as St. Louis Park could not avoid some of the societal issues surrounding us. Yet we learn and continue to grow in an attempt to unite. And this school and this class has provided an exemplary model for us all. Graduates, you now find yourself at commencement. Yes, a beginning, but leaving with so much from the past. Remember, you are not alone. Look around. You are surrounded by your family, friends, teachers, and classmates. You are surrounded by your community. We have truly enjoyed being part of your life over the last 18 years, and we hope that you will be engaged with your own community wherever you go. Please come back to visit here at least once in a while. We are true homers, you know, and we love hearing about our graduates and their successes. You will always be part of the SLP community, no matter where you live or work. Your community is always behind you, wishing you the best, and is there to support you. Another thing that has not changed over time is the quality of our public schools. As Friedman said in his book, the mere idea that someone would pay extra money over and above their tax bills to send their kids to a private school because it was superior was simply not in our consciousness. Friedman summed up his educational experience here at St. Louis Park by saying, even if we did not realize it at the time, a lot of us have since realized how good this public school was. And we believe that still is the case. You can take pride in the fact that you have graduated from an elite school district. St. Louis Park, throughout the years, has received numerous accolades for academic achievement. This year's class continues the tradition of excellence. 91 students graduate this evening, receiving high or highest academic honors. Members of this class work tirelessly to learn the English language while at the same time meeting the standard to earn their diplomas. Groups of students from this class helped to form student organizations that started to enact change that was recognized locally and nationally. A couple of examples are SOAR, our student organization against racism, and Roots and Shoots, a school environmental advocacy group. Thank you, graduates, for your passion for learning, for your hard work, for your involvement in the community, for your accomplishments, and for continuing St. Louis Park's legacy of academic excellence. I also want to thank the parents of the graduates who provided the much-needed support and encouragement that enabled your child to achieve a diploma. The school board administrators and your teachers have worked hard to prepare you for what lies ahead. Through your years of schooling, you have been provided with some important tools to help you be successful in life. Continue to work hard and improve your skills developed here, and with the right amount of confidence, you will go far. As I'm sure you are aware, our alumni include Friedman, a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist who took his only journalism course at St. Louis Park High School, Oscar Award-winning movie directors, Grammy-winning musicians, and a few school board chairs. The list goes on and on. SLP has produced countless successful doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, journalists, musicians, engineers, and artists. You can say with much pride that you are a graduate of St. Louis Park Public Schools. On behalf of the Board of Education and the community of St. Louis Park, it is my honor to accept the graduating class of 2017.
You guys got it figured out. Just keep coming.
Matthew Acker.
Hanad Abdallah.
Sueda Abdi.
Zakia Abdi.
Khalid Abdullahi.
Ahmad Abdullahi.
Abdi Khani Abu.
Benjamin Adams.
Deanna Afremov.
Abukar Ahmed.
Barlin Ahmed.
Mohammed Adid.
Anna Albrecht.
Aisha Ali.
Fuad Ali.
Hodan Ali.
Ifra Ali.
Mawardi Ali.
Jordan Ahmedapi.
Samia Amin.
Isaiah Amla.
Sam Anmusen. What?
Callie Anderson.
Eric Anderson.
Aaron Anderson.
Jane Anderson.
Dotan Applebaum.
Megan Ani.
Samantha Bear.
Right here. Bonton. Maggie Bonton.
Elise Bargman.
Jason Barrera.
Jordan Barton.
Claire Beneghy.
Max Blackburn.
Elijah Blackman.
Kalia Blake. Alan Borgia.
Michael Brady.
Kimberly Brandt.
Abigail Bremner.
Emma Briak.
Garrett Briggs.
Mitchell Brill.
Darnell Brown.
Ethan Brown.
Rebecca Bukowski.
Genesis Buckhalton.
Janisha Buckner.
William Burke.
Aaron Burton.
Kamaje Bird.
Vincent Callahan.
Majestic Carradine.
Annika Carlander.
Jalen Carroll.
Benjamin Chappelle.
Peter Chen.
Devontae Childress.
Tyra Chivers.
Elliot Christopher.
Jamie Colleran Scove.
Tatiana Unique Collins.
Zachary Canati.
Kelsey Conklin Bledsoe.
Elizabeth Cook.
Madeline Cook.
Trez Cook Hinton.
Connor Cornell.
Cardia Koulibaly.
Aaron Councilman.
Kiana Cross.
Sean Cruikshank.
Antonio Cruz.
Drew Davidson.
Daniel Decker.
Kaylee Delozier.
Brianka Dickens.
Emma Dietz.
Diana Dominguez Chone.
Ryan Domners.
Michael Donahue.
Joshua Dunne.
Emily Doss.
Wambliska Dowd.
Emily DeVergston.
Scott Eves.
Samantha Ebbing.
Manegba Eben.
Destiny Edwards.
Dania El Gondor.
Jack Elias.
Hannah Ellingson.
Amanda Erdman.
Mark Erickson.
Polina Esperson.
Daniela Etienne.
Dominique Evans.
Catherine Evans.
Taylor Ewald.
Cole Fahey.
Suleika Farah.
Tremere Ferris.
Grace Feldman.
Madison Feller.
Bryn Feldel.
Amaya Florial.
Hannah Fortmeyer.
Noah Fracassi.
Ernesto Garcia Babriskia.
Lucas Garcia Opright.
Owen Geyer.
Habak Gelly.
Ryan Gemalier.
Raphael Gindler.
Jaden Geisler.
Treyon Givens.
Anna Gleason.
Lacey Nikita Glenn.
Kirby Goodman.
Richard Green.
Joe Green Jr.
Emma Gruyer.
Leslie Gutierrez Carrillo.
Aldar Gutierrez Castellan.
Camilla Guy.
Eli Haddar.
Sydney Hall.
Edward Halverson.
Thomas Hames.
Juji Hanchi.
Riley Hannon.
Joji, sorry. Eric Harrelson.
Zachary Hatcher.
Brittany Hauser.
Otis Hawkins.
Felix Hengel.
Jack Hermes.
Stephanie Hernandez.
Jordan Hernandez.
Tamala Heron.
Aisha Hersey.
Eric Hickstein.
Joshua Hodge.
Dejanay Holman.
Ruth Hope.
Michael Howard.
Leah Hewlett.
William Hike. Willard Hike.
Shadia Hussein.
Nathan Hypa.
Ellen Hines.
Zamia Ismail.
Brody Ilstrup.
Marcelo James.
Sophia Jacobson. Tenzin Chunju.
Yusra Jara.
Arfat Jelani.
Allison Johnson.
Adam Jones.
Alyssa Jones.
Eric Jones.
Makila Jones.
Mitchell Jones.
Michaela Jones Clausing,
Ian Jouer,
Zali Kaplan,
Nicholas Kasich,
Jessica Casper,
Sophie Kadrowski,
Sophie Kaiser,
Ryan Keith,
Siona Kelly,
Nathan Kemp,
Haley Kirchner,
Tony Cleve,
Kelsey Knudsen,
Ada Koivala,
Samantha Cry,
Oscar Lang,
Haley Larson,
Ingrid Larson,
Spencer Larson,
Taya Latchman,
Rachel Leadom,
Eric Lair,
Alyssa LeMay,
Vanessa Leviton,
Simon Lewin,
Anya Lindell Paulson,
Maylee Liss,
Josh Levon,
Ian Lockhart,
Cole Long,
April Lopak,
Jessica Lopez Flores,
Brittany Lopez,
Natalie Lawrence,
I got you, Arius Levine Crisp,
Jack Lynch,
Benjamin Mai,
Eric Manuel,
Kamari Martin,
Timothy Maupin,
Nico Morelli,
Iqbal Maximed,
Hope McCracken,
Eli McEwen,
Amori Mackay,
Angela Mendez Acevedo,
Maybelline Mendoza Rodriguez,
Alyssa Meredith,
Matthew Meyer,
Abdul Latif Mira,
Abdallah Mohammed,
Abdul Nasir Mohammed,
Hodan Mohammed,
Zachariah Mohammed,
Asha Mohamud,
Cody Morgan,
Josiah Morrow,
Ridwan Muse,
Anders Nakarud,
Adam Neitzel,
Demetrius Nelson,
Zachary Nelson,
Bauer Nordecker,
Mi Win,
Janine Novi,
Chloe O'Gara,
Miguel Ocampo,
Abdi Rashid Adhawa,
Ejanavi Ojigo,
Freya Olson,
Marianne Omar,
Rafael Umbaba,
Samuel Orloff,
Benjamin Orton,
Catherine Orton,
Guled Osman,
Mohammed Osman,
Alex Ostrovsky,
Gina Tay Owens,
Timothy Pardesi,
Danielle Patterson,
Michaela Patterson,
Gregory Peterson,
Katera Phillips,
Luis Pimentel Flores,
Ronan Pink,
Grant Plinder,
Allison Plonsky,
William Poulter,
Manny Preciado,
Samuel Provost,
Jacob Rotz,
Samara Ray,
Stephanie Reuter,
Anna Rothler,
Sophia Roloff,
Carlos Romero Sanchez,
Logan Romero,
Kyle Rounds,
Isaac Ruff,
Abraham Ryback,
Nils Ricken,
Babiel Sali,
Jose Sanchez,
Luis Sanchez Espinoza,
Sydney Savage,
Adriana Scalici,
Ella Shocker,
Ellen Schemp,
Carter Schmelzley,
Jesse Schwartz,
Caleb Schweizer,
Kiera Seaman,
Max Siegel,
Rayanne Selly,
Hannah Selvig,
Julian Shadle,
Peter Chernow,
Mikael Schwartz,
Kelly Sagensky,
Molly Sitama,
Natalia Simonet,
Shivjot Singh,
Angelica Sorotin,
Sophia Skinner,
Alexandra Smith,
Noah Smith,
Sydney Smith,
Violet Smith,
Jackson Sokolowski,
Mia Spano,
Russell Stack Vanass,
Austin Staffney,
Jane Stevenson,
Anthony Stewart,
Paige Stewart,
Deontay Stewart,
Richard Stokel,
Amira Stone,
Nate Stone,
Nathaniel Serzel,
Mira Swartz,
Santine Thornton,
Tigget Valancourt,
Dulce Esperanza Vasquez Delgado,
Jose Velez Otero,
Lauren Von Etchen,
Devin Weinrich,
Elena Weinstein,
Leo Weisbrod,
John Wheeler,
Jacob Willett,
Shanika Williams Curry,
Joseph Witherspoon,
Megan Wotaziak,
Benjamin Weiberg,
Calvin Youngren,
Rukia Yusuf,
Carlos Ziegel,
Anna Zirkus,
Jared Zirkus,
Congratulations, class of 2017. You did it!